but that's when there's danger of the smoke coming back.
Yeah, that's what we definitely expect. But again, fire, the wildfires could get a lot better. The smoke could clear up, and it may not be as heavy where the wildfires are occurring. So there's a lot of factors that's very hard to pinpoint exactly how it's going to play out by the time we get to Wednesday. But it wouldn't surprise me if we do see that smoke move back into the area. Highs Wednesday, though, will be in the 70s, lower 80s to end the week. After tomorrow's rain, there's just a few small chances, but nothing too confident. But if the smoke is not across our area Tuesday through Friday, it will be a fairly quiet forecast with temperatures not too warm and not much rain during that time. But we'll have to keep an eye on that. So
I want you to back up a little bit to tomorrow, because you said in the afternoon, that's when the storms could become a little more intense. Do we have rain at all in the morning?
I could see a few showers in the morning, not severe in the morning, though. The severe weather will be later afternoon, evening.
So what, around dinner time? Is that when we're looking on Monday?
Yeah, right now it looks like the most likely time will be kind of starting around a few hours before rush hour, but it looks like kind of around that 5 to 6 p.m. time range will be where the strongest storms occur, but we could see some lingering rainfall throughout the night.
Okay, so in a nutshell, then we're going to have a little bit of rain when the smoke goes away, and then the smoke comes back probably sometime on Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. But again, I don't put a pin in the smoke being back Wednesday. That's just a prediction. And as I mentioned, the smoke forecast is very difficult to forecast for after 48 hours.
All I have to say about that, Jacob, is yep, there we go.
Of course.
Jacob Montesano from TMJ4. Always great to have you. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
It is 8:13 on WTMJ. Well, in addition to the smoke, the other story everybody is talking about is the governor's race. As you know, Friday, Sarah Rodriguez pulled out. Yesterday, big rally for David Crowley, and he's back in, and it looks like he's getting a lot of endorsements, and everybody's excited. But you know what? I'm excited about another race. And so is Isaac. So are a lot of people. Are you aware you could become mayor? And you don't even have to spend any money to do this? You could all become mayor. And also, you can become a citizen, an official citizen of a region right here in Milwaukee. Oh, wait till I tell you about that. You'll find out about it at New at 9. So get ready. If you want to be mayor, or even if you want to be a citizen of someplace other than the United States, we're going to tell you what it is and how to do it. Also, on a day like this, couldn't you use a cup of lemonade? I mean, that's freshly squeezed lemonade. Well, we're going to hear about a Good Stand project and two little girls from Greenfield who were inspired to raise funds for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation because of challenges that their little brother's facing. And they're doing it through a lemonade stand. And we're going to tell you about that. Also, get ready for 24/7 Day. If you are a first responder, you are going to be in for a lot of free stuff on Friday. We're going to tell you about that and where you can go. Also, we're going to hear from Rich Kirchen from the Milwaukee Business Journal. He has a controversy over where power lines are going to run for that data center up in Port Washington. And it's really interesting to hear the reaction of a lot of people up there. Also, it's really hard to believe, but back-to-school shopping sales have already begun, and our consumer expert is going to tell us how to avoid being taken advantage of if you're shopping online. Sandy Max is stopping by, and she is super, 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 super excited about the Odyssey. So we'll hear about that and her thoughts on it. Also, I think Nazir saw that movie. We'll have to ask him about it, too. And also, Sandy will share some news about where you can see the movie Uke beginning this week. We're going to take a look back at the week in review. As I said, Nazir's here in the newsroom. We've got Isaac pushing those buttons. And in just 2 minutes, Eric Bilstead tells us about an 11-year-old who literally dove into action. That's all I had on Wisconsin Weekend Morning News.
Son, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. and eat pizza.
Preferably a Marty's Pizza, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, we do everything we can to keep the prices low. We're a family-run business, and many of our employees have families. I want to make sure that as tight as it gets, a growing family can always afford to enjoy a Marty's Pizza.
Marty's Pizza in Delafield.
And martyspizza.net for easy online ordering.
Register online for Red Card Loyalty, and after 15 pizzas, you'll get your next one free!
Marty's Pizza.
Do you remember when times were good? Well, they're good again. It's as good today as it was in the past. It doesn't get any better than that.
Remember Marty's Pizza.
Smart interior designers know that what they'll see here is going to be almost impossible to find anywhere else, especially at our consignment prices. Premium home decor that's gently loved and close to new. And what we carry can raise the wow factor of anyone's home decor. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
In Heartland, you're going to find a focus on distinctive furniture, unique antiques, and original artwork, along with tasteful home decor that can fit almost any budget. In Pewaukee, the focus is on kitchen, outdoor, and garden decor, and all of it is priced at 25 to 40% off retail. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor on consignment at a value.
Design Exchange.
I'm Libby Collins on Wisconsin Weekend Morning News. It's 8:18, and that temperature's pretty mild as you're waking up this morning. We're in the 60s all over southeastern Wisconsin. Temperature right here in Milwaukee is 70 degrees. Well, we've got Eric Bilstead from Wisconsin Morning News, and he has another everyday hero.
An everyday hero is when Wisconsin's Morning News celebrates an average John or Jane Doe who had no idea when they got up one morning they'd be saving a life. Today we head to Lexington, Kentucky. 11-year-old Avery Woolery was with his dad outside near the pool of their apartment complex when they noticed something wasn't right. A man in the water struggling. And it quickly became clear to Avery that there was a problem.
Someone's got to do something. No one was doing anything, so I put on my goggles.
That's right. It was time to go to work. Got his goggles on, jumped into the pool to get the guy.
I went underwater. I grabbed him up.
WKYT-TV with the story. Now, Avery and his dad were able to pull the man out of the water and start compressions. This man was taken to the hospital in serious condition, and the Lexington Fire Department is crediting this 11-year-old for saving the day. His reaction was quite mature.
There is no way that I was going to let another man die today. He's a human being. He should be treated as such.
Thank you, Avery Woolery, you 11-year-old. You are an everyday hero. I think it's safe to say you're going to be going places. Eric Bilstead, WTMJ News.
Thanks a lot, Eric. It is 8:20 on WTMJ, and it's going to be partly cloudy, smoky skies. Yes, we've got that air quality alert in effect till about noon tomorrow. High temperature today is going to be 80. Right now, Oconomowoc has 68, Cedarburg 69, Brookfield's at 69, and it is 70 degrees at WTMJ. Coming up next, we're going to hear from Rich Kirchen from the Milwaukee Business Journal. If you're in Port Washington, I bet you are concerned. Are those power lines going to come through your yard? We'll find out after this.
Save big money on your next painting project now at Menards. Rust-Oleum Stops Rust 5-in-1 spray paint lets you choose from 5 unique spray patterns with a twist of the dial, so you can get a professional, corrosion-resistant finish on every project. Save big money on Rust-Oleum spray paint now at Menards. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Are you looking for a welcoming place to unwind? Vince Vitrano here. Our family found a home at Racine Country Club. Premier golf on the historic championship course, rolling terrain, famously fast greens, tight fairways, and scenic Root River views. Work your game year-round with indoor simulators, hitting bays, top-notch practice facilities, and leagues for every level. Plus, at Racine Country Club, you enjoy elevated dining, swimming, and a full calendar of family-friendly events. Join me on the course at Racine Country Club, racinecountryclub.com.
No matter what business you're in, as the #1 SBA lender in Wisconsin, Summit Credit Union helps your vision take shape with loan programs, great rates, and strategic solutions.
Awarded the #1 SBA lender by the Small Business Administration of Wisconsin in 2025.
Want to watch all your favorite WTMJ shows? Check out the WTMJ YouTube channel. Live streams of all your favorite WTMJ shows, from Wisconsin's morning news to what's on tap. See breaking news as it happens. Get involved with the action in the chat on Brewers Extra Innings, or see all the cool tools on the Fix-It Show. Missed your favorite show? We've got past live streams and interview highlights too. Subscribe to 620 WTMJ.
Well, Tim Gibbons is on vacation this week, but in for him is Rich Kirchen from the Milwaukee Business Journal. Rich, always great to see you.
Great to be here.
Let's talk about Harley, because there's been a lot of changes there lately, and you've got some insight into what that all means for the company.
Well, Artie Starrs, who is the new CEO, one of the things he is staking the company's future on is bringing back some less expensive models of motorcycles, the Sportster, and then a bike they haven't had since the 60s, I think, called the Sprint, which is truly an entry-level bike under $10,000, that means. Anyway, Standard & Poor's, which is this debt ratings agency, actually downgraded Harley recently, saying we're not so sure about the cash flow because for these new models. It's lower profits because the models sell for less than the cruisers and the touring bikes, the bigger Harleys. So what S&P is saying is they're not quite sure. They're saying it's going to take a number of years for this new strategy to maybe take hold and show some benefit to the bottom line at Harley. Also, S&P is saying that those bikes, the more expensive bikes that appeal to older riders and people with more money, that market is actually shrinking. So there's some challenges going forward.
Well, you've got some good news for us, because I love Costco. And there's another one coming to the area. Tell us all about it.
It's hard to keep up with all the Costcos that are popping up, but the next one that's scheduled to open is in Oconomowoc, and the opening date is August 7th.
Where's that going to be?
It's going to be in the Pabst Farms development, right along I-94 and east of Highway 67, sort of the easternmost part of that Pabst Farms development.
Now, this is in addition to the one they're opening in Franklin?
That is correct. Yes, I was going to say the other one they're working on is 27th and Drexel, and people can't wait.
Okay, well, another thing we can't wait for is spring break. And if you want to get away, especially to Florida destinations, Southwest has some good news.
They do. They are expanding their nonstop flights to Florida for the 2027 spring break period. New seasonal service planned between Milwaukee and Panama City. And they've also added flights at their other destinations in Florida from Milwaukee, Miami, Orlando, Tampa, Fort Myers. Also added flights on Saturdays to Phoenix.
Well, that's good news if you're planning ahead for those summer break vacations. We've got Rich Kirchen here from the Milwaukee Business Journal. And Rich, you've got some interesting news here about a property people have been wondering about for a while, and that's the old Ernie von Schleden site in Menominee Falls.
Yes, Main Street in Menominee Falls, if we remember the radio commercials from back in the day. So that's been Ernie von Schledorn sold out their dealership in about 2018. It's a 16-acre vacant site these days, and the village of Menominee Falls is looking for redevelopment there. Cobalt Partners, which is a major developer in the Milwaukee area, has an arrangement with the village to look at redevelopment possibilities. They have a memorandum of understanding. They're going to review the infrastructure needs, just sort of pencil pencil in the economics to see what might work there at that site. It's right on Interstate 41 at the Main Street exit.
What does Cobalt do usually when they take over a site like that?
They do mixed use. I hate to say that, but they've done projects with residential, multifamily, with office, with retail.
All right, let's move to New Berlin, where Rockwell has some plans, and they've already gotten a thumbs up from the town.
Yes, the company announced this several months ago that they are looking at an 800,000 square foot plant with several hundred employees, investment of over $200 million for a new plant, and it's going to be their first new plant in the Milwaukee area in decades. This is a site, speaking of Costco, it's just south of the New Berlin Costco on Moreland Road near Grange. And the New Berlin Plan Commission this past week approved a rezoning and a land use map change that will allow that project to go forward. There are 3 residential subdivisions surrounding this site where the neighbors are protesting it. They're against this project, but so far it looks like the city planners support this. It does go to the full New Berlin Common Council in a couple of weeks for the final approval.
Well, there's a lot of open land right there in that area.
There is, yes. It's a large site. My understanding is there's a couple of abandoned homes there, but otherwise it's pretty much just green space.
And you mentioned that they've changed the zoning in that area. So what is it zoned for now?
It is a commercial zoning right now, and this would add light industrial, which is what Rockwell says they want to do there.
And I imagine that's why some of the residents are opposing it?
Yes, I attended a public hearing back in June, and there were some people who just built homes that are on the border of this project. Rockwell says, well, yes, but they're several hundred yards away from this site.
And finally, Rich, Tim and I talk about this every week. It's Data Center Sunday. And you've got some more data news for us.
Yes, well, there's, of course, been a lot of attention given to the fact that there's the $15 billion data center going up in Port Washington right along I-43. The thing is, they need a lot of power to run this new data center. We Energies is planning a couple of new plants, some new solar power and battery power generation to provide power to the site. The thing is, they also need power lines that go from some new, again, natural gas plants, solar power sites. A company called American Transmission in Pewaukee actually builds these high power lines. They're looking at something like 90 to 100 miles of new high power lines that will go to that site from different generating stations, power generating stations. So the news this week has been that American Transmission initially was going to start construction by now on these new lines. Now they're saying they're looking at the end of this year to start construction, and that they will have at least some of those lines reaching the site by the end of 27.
Okay, I think a lot of residents in that area, though, are wondering where exactly are those power lines going to be, and are they going to affect any residential areas?
Yes, so the Public Service Commission of Wisconsin ultimately has to sign off on this project for American Transmission, and the company has their preferred route, which would cost about $1.4 billion all told. There's an alternate route, which would cost about $1.7 billion. And what's happened since the company submitted their proposal to the Public Service Commission is that a lot of people who own property, including residential property, are objecting to this. And there are at least a couple of groups out there that have intervened in the case and said, hey, Public Service Commission, don't build it through my backyard or my farm field or this forest over here.
Yeah, and who's paying for those billions of dollars of transmission lines?
Well, specifically, We Energies is paying American Transmission to build the lines. But of course, we all pay the We Energies bills every month. So ultimately, some of that does come through on the rates.
Whoa. All right. You've got a lot of news this week. Rich Kirchen from the Milwaukee Business Journal. Always great to have you here.
Great to be here, Libby.
Dave Spano, CEO of Annex Wealth Management, a fee-only fiduciary. fee-only fiduciary really further separates the folks that either say fiduciary some of the time or best interests altogether. And it's not just that alone. It is, of course, everything else that we can bring to the table that just isn't asset management. It is estate planning, tax planning, financial planning, all of it wrapped together in one transparent fee.
Know the difference with Annex Wealth Management? Click the Get Started button at annexwealth.com.
Slide into your neighborhood Century Food Store to score the freshest produce, tastiest treats, and everything in between. Now through Wednesday, save on 16-ounce selected varieties, essential everyday pasta, 88 cents. 8-ounce selected varieties, essential everyday brick cream cheese, 2 for $3. Red or green seedless grapes, $2.49 a pound. Pork baby back ribs, $2.99 a pound.
It's a long fly ball.
What?
Safe.
Every time I scan, what is happening?
A leaping grab at the wall.
Okay, fine, I'll play. Get a load of this watermelon. And here's the pitch.
Please wait for assistance.
Win Century Foods Ultimate Fan Experiences at Milwaukee baseball games. Throw out the first pitch, hold the ribbon for the Johnsonville famous sausage race, or watch batting practice from the field.
Ooh, what do I do?
Complete the entry form in Century's weekly ad and return to the store.
Ah, no, what happened here?
Oh, self-checkout couldn't handle my heater. Here, I filled out my entry form. Gotta go. Have a great day.
I'll go get the mop.
Enter by August 5th.
There's one thing everybody looks forward to at the Wisconsin State Fair. It is the cream puffs. Well, here's your chance. You can get yours before you even step through the gates. Now, listen up, because starting July 22nd, you can sign up for Cream Puffapalooza. The first 300 people to register are going to score a free 6-pack of cream puffs. Now, registration is going to begin at 6 a.m. on July 22nd at WTMJ.com. Put that on your phone so you know. 6 a.m., July 22nd, WTMJ.com. As you set that alert, a calendar reminder, an alarm, whatever you need to do, you do not want to miss up. It's 6 cream puffs. And it's all on us. It's Cream Puffapalooza, courtesy of 620 WTMJ and the Wisconsin State Fair. Full contest details can be found right now at WTMJ.com, but you don't want to miss out. Again, July 22nd at 6 a.m. That's when you start your registration. I'm Libby Collins. It is 8:32, and we have in the WTMJ Breaking News Center, Nazir Spencer, and there was a tragic motorcycle accident in Muskego this weekend.
Thank you, Libby. An 18-year-old is dead after crashing his motorcycle into a van in Muskego. Muskego police say the teen motorcyclist crashed into a van near Woods Road and Parkland Drive around 11:30 Friday night. He sustained severe injuries and eventually died on scene. Early investigation shows the motorcycle was traveling east when it crossed the center line and struck a westbound van head-on. The 48-year-old driver of the van was transported to the hospital for minor injuries and is cooperating with police. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ time saver traffic. No major issues, no major delays, and full freeway speeds across the system.
Traffic is sponsored by the Wisconsin Assisted Living Association, supporting communities and residents through advocacy, education, and service. Where you live matters. Get the answers you and your family need about assisted living in Wisconsin. Start with clear, trusted guidance by visiting whereyoulivematters.org today.
Here's your WTMJ forecast. Today, partly cloudy with smoky skies and a high of 80 degrees. Tonight, areas of smoke and a low of 66 degrees. And tomorrow, Monday, smoke starts to dissipate and storms are likely with a high of 90 degrees. Right now in Milwaukee, it is 71 degrees. I'm Nazir Spencer, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:34.
And in just 2 minutes, it's a Week in Review, brought to you by Outdoor Living Unlimited.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
$998 buys you a magnificent diamond solitaire engagement ring at Kessler's.
A solid gold mounting shows off a big, beautiful diamond, 3/4 of a carat.
Glitter, twinkle, sparkle.
This is the definitive diamond solitaire engagement ring.
You can choose a round diamond, radiant, marquise, or oval.
3/4 of a carat. Any shape you want.
Any color of gold you want.
A 1-carat solitaire is just $1,498.
Ask to see the Evermore engagement rings at Kessler's.
You're going to be ecstatic about the color, clarity, and cut of your diamond.
Evermore.
Each of these diamonds was lovingly created in the heart of a miniature star.
Your diamond will remain.
Evermore.
Your diamond was born about the time you fell in love.
You will be in love.
Evermore.
Your diamond has been waiting patiently for you to see it, love it, and choose it.
Don't keep it waiting. Come to Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
I'm WTMJ's Sandy Max. What makes senior living at Three Pillars so special?
The welcomeness. People are so friendly. If you have a problem, you can go to anybody.
The community and the sense of safety provided for my mom and dad, and it's just like the most wonderful place to be.
They're just delightful, everyone. I don't see staff, I see friends. Aww. And I really do feel that.
And you couldn't live in more beautiful grounds.
Schedule a tour today at threepillars.org.
And welcome back to the second half hour of Wisconsin Weekend Morning News. I'm Libby Collins at 8:36. Well, this week, as you well know, there was a shakeup in that governor's race. Smoke was filling the city, and it still is. And the Greek Freak hits Miami. There's a lot more to it. It's a Week in Review, brought to you by Outdoor Living Unlimited.
What we do here is go back.
Sarah Rodriguez, major problems with her campaign funding.
I would say that most people are not going to stand in front of this many cameras and microphones to talk about fixing an error. And that's what you want to see in leadership.
If you claim that your big achievement is solving problems of your own creation, I don't think people believe that they're going to be capable of solving the problems that they care about.
It didn't take me but 5 minutes to know that there was something really wrong with that report because there were so many duplicates on it.
Lieutenant Governor Sarah Rodriguez is out for the race for governor.
ICE is pausing traffic stops after the deadly shootings of 2 drivers in less than a week during immigration operations. President Trump posted on social media he wants the traffic stops to eventually continue.
We will look back at this as being massive human rights violations done by us and our government to people who were totally innocent and deserve to be here because they had documentation.
No.
Really hot, and it's going to be even hotter tomorrow.
We have a heat index of just 96 in Milwaukee, and I say just in comparison to where we were a couple weeks ago. Hot is hot.
But I'm not done yet.
If you didn't notice it yesterday, you're definitely going to notice it this morning. Holy cow.
So it has a 6-level scale that runs from 1 to 6, which is hazardous. We're at 4 to 5.
These fires will be here until it snows.
The Pirates turn 2, and they sweep the Brewers.
But the bigger concern was Jacob Misiorowski being scratched ahead of Sunday's final start with arm fatigue. The Miz will not pitch in Tuesday's All-Star game.
Whatever game they decide I'm going to throw, first game, second game, third game, fourth game, fifth game, somewhere in there, I don't know.
Giannis Antetokounmpo is being introduced by the media, or to the media, I should say, in Miami. Giannis landing new hometown with the jersey number 7.
And me, and it was a no-brainer. I wanted to be here. I'm excited to be here, and I want to get to work.
I am not rooting for the Heat, but wouldn't it make a lot of Bucks fans feel good to see Giannis win that second title?
Senator Lindsey Graham is dead at 71 after a brief and sudden illness.
He was an articulate voice on defense issues. Losing him will lose a very powerful voice for the international wing of the Republican Party.
This morning, the news that Donald Baumgartner passed away has rippled through our creative community.
He was actually on the building committee when they hired Santiago Calatrava and really pushed that vision through. And then he was board chair when we opened the Calatrava wing 25 years ago.
And it's not just active in the boardroom. He was such a fun character and wanted to enjoy all the art that he was helping to put out in the world.
Buc-ee's, Buc-ee's, Buc-ee's. Why are people cheering?
They're cheering for fresh brisket. Crews began installing fencing and moving heavy equipment onto the property this week. The popular Texas-based travel stop is currently scheduled to open in Oak Creek in 2028.
It is the most highly anticipated movie of the summer.
The Odyssey.
Yes.
I think that is a fine indoor choice this weekend.
For the first 2 hours of the movie, I was like, this is pretty good. It all really comes together for me in the final third.
What a week, eh?
What a week.
It's definitely hot outside, I ain't gonna lie.
Haven't stopped sweating.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
And that is the Week in Review, brought to you by Outdoor Living Unlimited. If you want to hear it again, text the word week to the Siding Unlimited talk and text line at 855-616-1620. You can hear it all again. Speaking of the Odyssey, coming up in about, I'd say 10 minutes or so, Sandy Max is going to join us, and we're going to get her take on the movie and also something extra that you can get if you decide to go to the theater and have about $70 in your pocket. All right, coming up next, if you've started that back-to-school shopping, oh boy, watch out, especially if you're doing it online. We'll tell you why after this.
Accident Mortgages and Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID 255368.
Rates are a little stuck, but what if you could save $2,000 or more on your mortgage payment in the next year while we're waiting for 30-year fixed rates to come back down? That's exactly what we just did for Amanda, who bought her home last summer with a traditional 30-year fixed from AccuNet at 6.99. With current rates now closer to 6.5, we reached out to her with two options. Save $90 a month or just over $1,000 a year on her $226,000 loan with no loan costs, or save $2,200 in the first year while we wait for rates to come back down. She chose door number 2, which is what we're calling our Rate Buster Refi. It's a 30-year fixed rate loan with an effective rate of 5.88 for the first year and 6.88 for years 2 through 30. The APR is 6.89 with 25% equity and all the other right stuff. Hey, don't just sit there waiting. Click on the blue button today at AccuNet.com and find out how much you can save with the traditional no loan cost refi or our new Rate Buster Refi. That's ACCUNET.com.
Here's why you can feel confident in choosing Less's Glass to fabricate and install your new shower door or glass bath enclosure. For over 40 years, we've done thousands of them. And when you want a new and modern aesthetic added to your bathroom, you want a crew with experience behind it. We fabricate new shower doors or bath enclosures to fit any space of your bathroom, all done in-house, and that's great for quality control. It could be a neo-angle shower stall, a corner enclosure, a bypass for your tub or shower, or a heavy 3/8-inch all-glass enclosure. Any idea you have, framed or frameless, we can handle it. And when you work with a family-owned company, the buck stops here, because we're not satisfied until you are. This is Stacy Sinks with Less's Glass Service. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Less's Glass. Less's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lessglassservice.com.
I don't know if you started doing your back-to-school shopping yet or not, but if you have and you're doing it online, you better be careful, because believe it or not, the scammers are out to get you. And joining us is our consumer expert, Michelle Reinen from DatCap, and you're already hearing about the scams.
We certainly are. I mean, online shopping has great benefits, and it can really reduce the time and effort of getting those school supplies, but scammers convince parents to make purchases, and then they never send the promised products or deliver poor quality products. And in 2025, shopping scams that were online were the most reported scam, and those were on social media, according to the Federal Trade Commission. And more than 40% of people who lost money to these scams on social media said it started when they ordered a product they saw in an online ad.
Oh boy. So what are they seeing in these ads that they have to watch out for?
Well, we're seeing dishonest ads where shoppers may receive an ad on their social media feed, in their text message, or in an email promoting school supplies, but it's more expensive items like bags and clothes and laptops, and they're commonly advertised as having a limited supply or only being on sale for a short period of time. So these ads and links can lead to websites that are dishonest and outright scams. There's, of course, the copycat websites, which we've talked about in the past, where these are just convincing lookalikes that imitate the real, well-known sales platforms and misdirect consumers to those scammers. The poor quality products, whether a seller uses a fraudulent website or they just have their own third-party sales platform, and you need to be mindful of those low-quality counterfeit and knockoff products. And then fake reviews. This is another way of pulling consumers in, and these scammers create fake product reviews and social media comments, and they try and get consumers to buy their product with these well-promoted reviews that they have available.
So what do we need to know before we click and buy?
Well, we want consumers to be sure that they compare deals across several websites to check if a price is unrealistically low. When browsing online reviews, read some of the lowest rated reviews online and look for common trends across multiple bad reviews to see if there really is a problem there. And then do your own research. If you're dealing with an unfamiliar company, be sure you are doing an independent check on that. And always plan to pay with a credit card, which offers the most anti-fraud protection.
And finally, Michelle, if you think you've been scammed, who do we call?
Call DadCap's Consumer Protection Hotline at 800-422-7128.
It's 8:46 and 70 degrees. We'll have your forecast right after this on WTMJ.
Can it get any easier?
I don't think so.
James, you can get an online order done at martyspizza.net in 30 seconds.
And we've made it easy to order all the favorites that a lot of Marty's Pizza lovers gotta have.
Our classic sausage and pepperoni pizza or lasagna and masticholi entrees. They're all delicious. Marty's Pizza in Delafield and martyspizza.net for easy online ordering.
Register online for Red Card Loyalty, and after 15 pizzas, you'll get your next one free!
Marty's Pizza. Do you remember when times were good? Well, they're good again. It's as good today as it was in the past. It doesn't get any better than that. Remember Marty's Pizza.
We are back under an air quality alert, and that extends till noon tomorrow. So that means we've got some smoky skies out there at a high of 80 degrees. If you've got any sort of health issue, it's probably best to stay inside again today. And those areas of smoke are going to continue overnight down to about 66 degrees. Tomorrow, we're going to see that smoke start to dissipate. But then, guess what? Storms are likely. They could be severe. We've got a high of 90 degrees expected. So make sure you've got your phone alerts on and keep it right here on WTMJ so we can tell you what's going on. Then Tuesday gets nice, mostly sunny. We've got a slight chance of rain, 86. Wednesday, 75, sunny and cool. And Thursday, mostly sunny and 81. Temperatures as you're waking up around Wisconsin on this Sunday morning. In Mequon, you've got 70 degrees. Racine's at 70. Let's see. In Muskego, you've got 71, and it's 70 degrees at 8:48 on WTMJ. Coming up next, Sandy Max. She's got two movies she's going to tell you about. Which one do you want to see? Or I bet you want to see both. It's all coming up on Wisconsin Weekend Morning News.
Before you go looking for an area rug that you'll have to settle for because you think that the one you really want will be out of your budget, come to Design Exchange, where you'll find a formidable selection of Oriental, Persian, and other wool area rug choices at 25 to 70% off retail. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor on consignment at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
If you're trying to find really good, high-end, distinctive furniture, the kind they just don't make anymore, then come to Design Exchange. But you better get here quickly, because the best furniture we take in on consignment doesn't usually last long. It may be vintage, it may have once been out of your range, but now you'll find it's priced right. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value.
Design Exchange.
Hey Wisconsin, it's construction season and the Wisconsin DOT wants to help you safely navigate work zones in your area. Check 511wi.gov or download the free 511 app to see current road work, closures, detours, and camera views on your route. Wherever your travels take you, know before you go with 511wi.gov. That's 511wi.gov. And remember, know before you go. Always park the phone while driving. Sponsored by the Wisconsin DOT.
The stories you're talking about on Wisconsin's Morning News.
There have been rumblings that outside groups are going to start doing this big, massive push for her in the end. But if you're an outside group, do you have faith in Sarah Rodriguez right now to do that? Do you see a path for her?
Would we anticipate anyone else dropping out of the race before the primary?
Look, campaigns ask two questions. Do I have a path to victory and have the resources to get there? The answer becomes no. Why are you in the race? So if anybody says no and no, they'll be out.
Only here on WTMJ. WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Who's looking after your wife and son?
Do you see?
My dad is coming home. Bringing vengeance.
Bringing it all.
Oh, yeah, let's go. It's time for Sandy Max with Sunday What's on Tap. That, of course, is from the Odyssey.
Yes.
Everybody here who's seen it is really, really excited about it. We've got Nasir Spencer here in the studio with us. We're going to get his reaction in just a second. But I know that when Eric Bilstead from Wisconsin Morning News saw this movie, he had one thing to say about it.
Majestic.
Ah, there you go. It was majestic.
I asked him his one-word spoiler-free review, and that was what he said.
And what's your one word?
Harrowing.
Harrowing. Okay. Nasir, do you have one word? One word only.
I told Sandy a different word, but I'm going to say generational this time.
Generational.
Around. It's a generational movie. Absolutely.
That's intriguing.
It's fantastic.
All right. So the immersive.
Explain generational.
Yeah.
I think that has multi-layers.
Okay. I think this is Nolan's best work. Christopher Nolan, the director of the movie.
Considering his last film was Oppenheimer,
and
that's high praise.
I think this is the perfect follow-up to that movie. It's considering all the storytelling that he did in that movie, transitioning into something that's so historic. And, both movies were historic, but this one was just so much bigger. It felt just so much more gravitating.
Okay, was the reason because it was done in IMAX? Is that why you're so...
IMAX 70 millimeters, but was the entire film.
But is that what made it so immersive? Is this why we're hearing these rave reviews? Because people feel like they're part of the movie?
I think that, but also the fact that he didn't use CGI, which I think is one of the biggest wows of this decade in the movie so far.
Because films on this level are very superhero, are Lord of the Rings fantasy worlds, where you're immersed, but they're synthetic. They are completely fabricated and fantastical. And our Star Wars and Star Trek, all of those take us to other worlds, but there's a lot of background technology. This was filmed had to be the longest 91 days of all these people's lives.
Yeah.
But in countries all around the world, Morocco, Spain, Scotland, truly in the water, in the ruins of his.
Was it filmed in sequence?
That I don't know, but I can tell you 3 minutes is how long you can film with these massive IMAX cameras that happen to be loud, and special 300-pound boxes were built to try to deaden the sound of these cameras.
Let me get this straight.
Yeah.
So all the scenes that they filmed are less than 3 minutes?
They must have weaved it away. That I'm glad I found out the 3 minutes after I saw it, because I think I would have been trying to watch that
to see if it's if 3 minutes.
But if you think about it, our attention spans are so much smaller. So even when you have the army running towards you, or the Trojan horse, or these intense scenes up close, I don't think there are 3 minute long unedited moments.
Okay, well, let me ask you about the actual theater experience, because both of you saw it in a theater.
Thursday night.
Were they sold out, both of your shows?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Absolutely.
I went to the IMAX at Mayfair. I really wanted to be one of the first people to see it and truly experience the IMAX. I will say this. I don't think that you need to see it in IMAX
I didn't.
to get the full experience.
You
but
did not?
I saw it at the super screen at the Majestic.
Okay, so that wasn't the full experience.
But if you really want to be a cinephile, there are a lot of 70 millimeter screenings at the Oriental, at Marcus, at AMC, so you can find that. But I don't think it's essential. I do think it is a big screen picture, though, to see. The we've just talked about the environments filmed in, but the acting is wonderful. I mean, this is a 4-letter word comes to mind: epic. This is one of those epic films to see.
Is there
in the
anything you
theater.
can compare it to?
Lawrence of Arabia, like we're hearkening back to those truly cinematic experiences, and I'm telling you, the acting really is stellar. Elliot Page is a true standout in this, but you have Matt Damon, who can be anybody and anything, and he's not distracting. And Anne Hathaway is a powerful. I'm still team Edward Cullen. Robert Pattinson is a great villain in this, trying to woo the wife and become the next king. They're just and then we haven't even talked about all the mythological creatures. I love old mythology, so you do have appearances by Cyclops in particular, and some of the other mythological creatures. So it ain't no Jason and the Argonauts when it comes to effects.
Right.
Did you read the poem in high school or
I
college?
read it in high school. In high
You
school,
did?
in high school, it was like a requirement that we
Okay,
had to
so
read this.
did you then follow it a little bit more because you were familiar with the story?
So I followed a little bit of it, but I was more of a Percy Jackson kid when I was growing up. So I knew a lot of that side of the Greek mythology. That was way after, obviously. And yeah, I knew a little bit about Odysseus in high school, but then Percy Jackson was just like my big thing. So I already knew going into like, the fundamentals, like what is this and what is that? What characters are going to be in this and what are the names? How do you pronounce it? Stuff like that.
Would you have enjoyed it as much if you had not been familiar with the poems?
Yes, absolutely.
I think so. This is that journey where you're out of the.
Had you read it before?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And but this is one of those stories. If you can be completely unfamiliar with it, because it is those universal themes: out of the frying pan into the fire. Here's the next thing. But here's another big universal theme: is Odysseus is challenging the gods. Like, hey, here's what's going to happen. No. I can save my men. I can. So it is exploring what is your fate and how much control can you have.
Okay, now I mentioned the theater experience. In Sandy,
yes,
there was one thing in the theater that you spotted.
A souvenir, a collector's
that
item.
If you had $70 in your pocket.
I would have. I'm a sucker. There's a Trojan horse popcorn bucket.
Well, wait a minute.
What?
Okay, so you've got a picture of that. It's still in the plastic. And it's on, if you're streaming or you're watching us on YouTube right now, you can see that photo. But I saw it, and you know what came to my mind?
What?
My Little Pony.
Makes sense.
But it is.
I wouldn't spend $70 on that.
But it's at least 2 feet tall. It's a collector's
Okay,
item.
so it's
and
My
the
Big
belly,
Pony.
And the belly flaps out, so that way. And
well then.
the Trojan horse is rearing up on its hind
If
legs.
you spent $70 on that, would you let them put popcorn in it?
I don't know.
That's
I
a
might
good
use it
question.
as a planter later.
Yeah, I think if you really want it
I
as
don't
a
know about
collectible,
popcorn.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
want that greasy stuff in it.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to, because this week is the opening of a movie a lot of our fans out there are looking forward to, and that is Uke. If you missed
I'm
those
so
screenings
excited.
before, you
Yeah.
get to see it. So tell us where.
This is so wonderful. It world premiered at the Milwaukee Film Festival back in April at the Oriental Theater. It had a short run in May, and I am so excited because I've been following this story for 3 years now. It is going to be in the theater starting July 23rd at Marcus Theaters. It's going to be around for about a week, then take a break during the Spider-Man release, and then come back in August. But it's such a meaningful film. The crew followed Uke over the last 2 seasons of his career at the ballparks all around the country, and really got time with him, his family, all the people that, Robin Yount, Christian Yelich. You see what a relationship they had. I'm getting emotional just thinking about it. Yet it's fun. It's Uke telling stories. Come on now. So here's a list of Marcus Theaters that opens July 23rd. Appleton, Ashwaubenon, Delafield, Green Bay, Madison, Menominee Falls, New Berlin, Oak Creek, Oshkosh, Sturtevant, Sheboygan, Sun Prairie, and Waukesha, and ukemovie.com. And actually we have the Uke. Just if you type UECK, text UECK to the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line, Uke to 855-616-1620. We have a right there on WTMJ.com. And then August 6th is when it's in additional theaters at the Oriental, again, beautiful historic space in Milwaukee, but also in Janesville, Rhinelander, Beloit, De Pere, West Bend, Rice Lake, Hayward, Racine, Hartford, Lake Geneva, Baraboo, Platteville, Chilton, Hudson, Menominee, and Monroe. And guess what? Even though all those theaters around the state, new dates will be added. So ukemovie.com or text Uke to the Siding Unlimited WTMJ Talk and Text line 855-616-1620 because we want you to experience this.
So if you cannot get tickets to see the Odyssey, go see Uke instead.
Absolutely.
I'm sure you can get
2
in.
blockbuster films.
There's plenty of theaters featuring Uke. Sandy Max, always great to have you here.
Thank you.
And right after the news, or right after this, it's Nizer Spencer in the WTMJ newsroom, and we'll be back new at 9. Oh boy, that governor's race, and also how you can become mayor. It's all I had on Wisconsin Weekend Morning News.
Recently, a seller that unfortunately ended up choosing another agent called me. She said she made a mistake, and what she was expressing to me sounded like she kind of was bullied into signing with him. Is it typical? Not always, but it will never happen when you hire a Century 21 Benefit Realty agent. I want our agents to be able to look in the mirror and say, I'd want to work with me. Not because they're good at saying what you want to hear or offer the lowest commission, but because of trust. Because if you're not feeling that from your agent, that's a problem. And I don't want that. At 1.9% on the listing side of your sale with our commission capped at $19,000, Century 21 Benefit Realty leads with a very fair and transparent commission structure with maximum marketing that can get your home sold fast and for the best price. And saving money matters, but working with someone who will tell you exactly what you need to know up front, that creates trust. And that matters too. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
WTMJ's Julia Fellow for Appliance Gallery, right on Wisconsin Avenue in Milwaukee. Their gorgeous showroom is the most up-to-date in our state, featuring luxury brands like Sub-Zero, Wolf, Miele, Fisher & Paykel, and more. They'll work right with your contractor or designer and make the process seamless. They even offer brands where you can choose from custom colors. As a small family-owned company with one location, they deliver impeccable service with a personal touch. Visit ApplianceGalleryWY.com or stop in today.
Dave Spano, CEO of Annex Wealth Management, a fee-only fiduciary.
Fee-only fiduciary really further separates the folks that either say fiduciary some of the time or best interests altogether. And it's not just that alone. It is, of course, everything else that we can bring to the table that just isn't asset management. It is estate planning, tax planning, financial planning, all of it wrapped together in one transparent fee.
Know the difference with Annex Wealth Management? Click the Get Started button at annexwealth.com.
Vacation's over. It's time to get back to work.
The 0-2. Got him looking. 3 straight fastballs at 103 miles an hour, and off we go.
The Crew is back in town to take on the Marlins at American Family Field. This series is sponsored by Iron Workers Local 8. Our Brewers Radio Network game day coverage starts today at 12:35. We are the home of the Brewers. 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 9 o'clock, it is 72 degrees here in Milwaukee. Today, partly cloudy with a high of 80 degrees. Tonight, areas of smoke and a low of 66 degrees. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Nizer Spencer. Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley has re-entered the race for Wisconsin governor. He has been endorsed by current Governor Tony Evers. Crowley told supporters in a campaign rally Saturday,
Democrats cannot afford to head into this general election with a nominee who lacks the experience, who lacks the record, or the coalition necessary to win this race, especially with Republicans actively trying to hand us that exact outcome. This election is too important to gamble on, and that's why today I am re-entering this race.
The primaries are August 11th with 5 Democrats running: Crowley, Kelda Royce, Francesca Hong, Mandela Barnes, and Joel Brennan. Iran launched another series of attacks against U.S. forces, as News Nation's Tom Dempsey reports.
State media reporting the Army claimed it launched a big drone attack against 2 U.S. military sites at bases in Kuwait. Overnight, Iran's supreme leader posted to X, writing, quote, "The great Satan, the criminal U.S., has now realized that the continuation of its trouble-free, domineering presence in the region is nothing but a naive fantasy." In total, we've seen 16 U.S. service members lose their lives during this conflict.
More than 430 U.S. military members have been wounded in the war with Iran. Oil prices are once more on the rise as fighting in the Middle East escalates between the U.S. and Iran, threatening to end the temporary relief for drivers at the pump.
The official line from the president himself is that the most important thing is that Iran must never get a nuclear weapon. But make no mistake, they are deeply concerned about that. The energy secretary back in March saying that the war would certainly be over in a matter of weeks.
ABC's chief Washington correspondent Jonathan Carl with the story there. Averages for gas in Wisconsin currently are at $3.78. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outer Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 9:04.
Visit family-owned Ken Michaels Furniture and our in-store design centers where you'll still find beautiful, luxurious, heirloom-quality American-made furniture. Right now, save 30 to 35% store-wide and take advantage of our complimentary design services. Whether you're moving, renovating, or updating, our designers will help your vision become a reality. Visit Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield on Capitol Drive and in Greenfield on Highway 100 to save 30 to 35% store-wide today. Sleep better and save more with mattresses from Milwaukee Mattress and Ken Michaels Furniture. Handcrafted in our Milwaukee factory, our mattresses utilize natural materials like cotton cushioning, which dissipates body heat, Joma wool quilts for warm wintry nights and cool summer evenings, and natural latex providing superior conformability and pressure relief for aching joints. Stop in today at any Ken Michaels Furniture store and save up to 50% compared to national brands.
Picture this, a perfect summer evening, great friends, and dinner on the patio overlooking a beautiful course. That's Racine Country Club. More than golf, it's a place to relax, gather, and belong. A new energy is here, and you're invited to experience it. From great food to unforgettable events, it's a lifestyle built around community. Whether it's a quick 9 after work, dinner with friends, or a weekend with family, Racine Country Club offers something for everyone, year-round. Discover what's new at Racine Country Club. Visit racinecountryclub.com.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella-certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. The Milwaukee Brewers have taken the series against the Marlins, winning the first 2 games out of All-Star break. They currently sit at 61-37 on the year and second overall in the league behind the LA Dodgers. Final game against the Marlins begins today at 1:10. Our coverage with Dominic Cotroneo and Brewers warm-up at noon. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ. Time saver traffic. The roads are looking smooth this morning. No major incidents to report.
Traffic is sponsored by the Amazing Mineshaft Restaurant in downtown Hartford.
The Mineshaft Restaurant in Hartford needs line cooks and dishwashers. You'll make real money. Parents and grandparents, tell your kids. Contact the Mineshaft today and start next week.
Here's your WTMJ forecast. Today, partly cloudy, smoky skies with a high of 80 degrees. Tonight, areas of smoke and a low of 66. Tomorrow, smoke starts to dissipate and storms are likely with a high of 90 degrees. Right now in Milwaukee, it's 72 degrees. I'm Nazir Spencer, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 9:07.
This is Wisconsin's Weekend Morning News with Libby Collins. And now it's time for New at 9.
And of course, everybody's talking about the governor's race. And you know what it reminds me of, Nazir? You know when you go to AmFam Field?
Yeah.
And I can't remember which inning it is, but they have the hats with the ball. And they're all moving around in a circle and you're trying to figure out, okay, who has the ball, which hat? That's kind of what the governor's race on the Democratic side is reminding me of right now.
Yeah.
Because it's like, wait, what happened?
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's get this straight. So Rodriguez is out as of Friday.
Yes.
But David Crowley, who, by the way, was here in the studio with us on July 3rd.
Yeah.
And he was in then, but then 2 days later he was out. But now he's back in again.
Yeah. And it all went by so fast, I feel like, Sarah Rodriguez was, her little money mishap happened, and then
it's like those cabs at the ballpark.
They're
just going around. Okay, which one has a ball? Which one? Okay. Oh, it's that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's left now?
So we got, who do we have? We have Crowley, we have Kel DeRoy's, we have Mandela Barnes, we have Joel Brennan. I'm missing someone. I know I am. Hong. Yes.
Hong.
And yes,
okay.
And Hong.
So there's 5 on the Democratic side.
Yes.
Okay. And then we have Tom Tiffany.
And Tom Tiffany.
Yeah. So everybody knows it's going to be Tom Tiffany on the Republican side.
Yep.
But now you've got how many endorsements all of a sudden out of the bag for Crowley?
I mean, we got a lot. We have.
I mean, because Liz was at the press conference yesterday.
Yeah, we have Milwaukee. These are the mayors: Milwaukee, Waukesha, and Sheboygan mayors, and then we have the president of the Professional Firefighters of Wisconsin, and then of course we have current Governor Tony Evers, who backed him recently.
How would you like to be Mandela Barnes this morning?
Man, it's
Wouldn't it be like a smack in the face?
A little bit. I mean, I feel like he still has a strong campaign going for himself, but it's going to be a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, but sure. I mean, if I were he, I wouldn't be happy right now.
Yeah.
I'd be a little ticked off.
Yeah. Because, I mean, once people start dropping out, you have a better chance at,
Which is, he worked for the governor.
Yeah.
He was right there with him.
Yeah.
And he
right next to him.
Smacked. He got smacked.
Yeah. I think he's still going strong, though. I think he's still optimistic and very, very, confident that he can win this. So do you
think the hats are still going around in a circle? Just like at AmFam? Which hat has a ball? Which one?
I guess we'll see. I mean, a lot of people are rooting for Crowley, but also you got Francesca Hong, who's got a lot of support, right?
Yeah, and Kelda.
Yeah, Kelda's got a lot. Joel Brennan's got a lot of people that want to.
Well, Joel Brennan's got money.
Yeah, he's got money. Exactly.
Yeah.
So money's
all the money.
Except money's different.
Crowley is back in now. Any chance that any more of these do you think might drop out between now? And
it's hard to say. It's hard to say right now. I think everyone's kind of just like, I'm going for this. August 11th is right around the corner, though, so we got to really hurry up and figure out who's going to be this.
2 weeks from Tuesday.
Yeah, and the reports just came out yesterday about the money and everything of how much cash on hand everyone has. It's going to be an interesting run that we see in the next 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, we're going to have it all here.
Absolutely.
So just stick around. It's going to be there. Hey, by the way, would you ever run for office?
No, I would not.
No, really? You wouldn't?
Yeah,
you sure?
Maybe I would. I thought about it once.
Okay. Would you run for maybe an office of mayor where you wouldn't have a lot of responsibility?
Oh, yeah, of course.
You don't have to go to meetings.
I have a title of mayor, Nazir Spencer, right in front.
You would have a mayor. You'd be the mayor.
Okay, yeah, I do.
And
no responsibility.
But you don't have to do budgets.
Oh, that sounds good.
You don't have to go out and shake hands of babies.
Let's do it.
Well, maybe you would.
Like
maybe you'd want to. Maybe you want to kiss a baby or two.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? I spoke with Allison Hanrahan. She is the community affairs manager for Molson Coors, and she says if you're over 25, you, Nazir Spencer, can be mayor of the Champaign of Beer region.
If you've got the time, we've got the beer, Miller Beer. If you've got the time, you've got the time, we've got the beer, Miller Beer.
Oh, yeah. Well, you probably remember that jingle if you're over the age of 25.
I'm 24.
So you couldn't be mayor.
I couldn't be mayor.
You got to wait a while.
That's it. I got a couple months.
I didn't realize you. When's your birthday?
November 20th.
Oh yeah, no, you're not gonna make it for this.
Yeah,
but
I'll
tell you, you could become a citizen.
Okay.
Of the Champaign of Beer region.
Let's do it.
You can be a citizen.
Okay.
But you got to wait till you're 25 to be mayor. And we're going to get to Allison Hanrahan, Community Affairs Manager for Molson Coors, right after this on WTMJ. It's 9:13.
Hey, John Mercure here for Orthopedic Hospital of Wisconsin, quite simply the best in the business. You got a shoulder that's not feeling great. Maybe it's an ankle or a knee. Orthopedic Hospital of Wisconsin and their top-tier doctors can get you feeling how you deserve to feel. My wife, Michelle, had a back issue. Oh, how put her in a great place. She's on the mend. She's feeling better. She's doing all the things that she wants to do. Start at the website, ohow.com, ohow.com. Request an appointment. Start your journey to feeling better with the best. Orthopedic Hospital of Wisconsin.
I'm Matt Dorner, CEO of Milwaukee Downtown Bid 21. Our business leaders value downtown Milwaukee.
I'm Al Orr, CEO of Reinhardt. Our headquarters, overlooking City Hall, reflects our commitment to a thriving downtown. We're proud that its growing built environment continues to be shaped by the dedication of our attorneys and clients to constantly improving the city we call home.
Get down to business at MilwaukeeDowntown.com.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we know you do things your way. So why shop the same retail giants as everyone else when we have unbeatable deals on the products you need and trust to get the job done and save you money? Right now, during our summer feed sale, 50-pound bags of AgriMaster layer poultry feed are just $10.99. Save 15% on Hillman hardware, and 50-pound Champion's Choice salt blocks just $6.49. Find value for the work you do every day. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
One great day of golf can change lives. Join me, Steve Scafidi, and my co-host Kristen Bry on Monday, August 31st for the Salvation Army of Milwaukee County Swing for the Kettle Golf Invitational at Oakwood Park Golf Course in Franklin.
Your participation directly supports food, shelter, and life-changing programs for children and families throughout our community.
We'll be broadcasting live from the course, but the day is really about you getting golfers and sponsors together to make a difference.
Foursomes, individual golfers, and sponsors are all welcome. Reserve your spot today at samilwaukee.org. That's samilwaukee.org.
If you've got the time.
Okay, so who wants to be governor anyway when you can be mayor? I spoke with Allison Hanrahan. She is the community affairs manager for Molson Coors, and she says if you're over 25, you can be mayor of the Champaign-Urbana region.
So we are excited to be searching for our first honorary mayor of the Champaign-Urbana region. So we're looking for somebody who represents our hometown pride, who represents the spirit of high life, and who's excited to hold this position.
Now, first of all, can I go back a little bit? How was Miller High Life designated as the Champagne of beers? Why did they start using that name?
The name comes from the bottle and the style. So as you can imagine, our long neck bottle and clear bottle kind of evoke that champagne quality as well as the quality of the beverage within it. So it kind of just happened naturally that it got designated as the Champagne of beers. And it's something that we continue to celebrate.
Well, I love the idea that you're going to be looking right now for a mayor. So tell us who exactly you're looking for and what they need to do if they want to be part of this.
This is open to anyone who is 25 and older and in the greater Milwaukee area. They are eligible to apply to be mayor. All you have to do is simply visit millerhighlife.com/mayor and submit your application. So tell us why you love Milwaukee and why you love High Life. We're looking for somebody who truly embodies that High Life spirit. So someone who really appreciates Milwaukee's brewing heritage, really brings people together, and represents the pride and community that makes this city so special.
I know that eligible resident has to be over the age of 25 in order to qualify to become the mayor of the Champaign-Urbana region. But once they become mayor, what do they do? I mean, what are their responsibilities? And I hate to ask this, but are there any prizes involved?
So the mayor's official duty is to participate in our inauguration ceremony on September 19th at our visitor center. But beyond that, it's really about celebrating this Milwaukee milestone and becoming a part of High Life's history. So the best part of this is actually that it's probably the only mayoral position where you don't have to hold any budget meetings or council hearings or do any paperwork. It's all about the bragging rights. And beyond that, the winner also will receive an incredible experience of having dinner with 8 in the Miller High Life Caves, as well as some great branded gear.
Oh, I love that, especially that dinner at the Miller Caves. Now, again, you're looking for somebody special. Can you give us an idea of that person and what their personality might be like?
So this is such a uniquely Milwaukee experience, and it's really all about celebrating an iconic beer in the city where it all began and with the people who have made it a part of their traditions and their celebrations. So we're really looking for somebody who embodies all of that.
Oh, I know you're going to find it because we've got a lot of people in the greater Milwaukee area who certainly embody those kinds of qualities and the tradition of Miller High Life. Now, again, if you're interested in becoming the mayor, what do you need to do?
You can visit millerhighlife.com/mayor and submit your application. But if you do not want to campaign for mayor, you can also become a citizen of the region. So fans who are 21 and plus can become official citizens of the Champaign-Urbana region by visiting our Miller Brewery Tour website and claiming your official citizen certificate. So all citizens will be invited to our inauguration and help us welcome our first mayor on September 19th.
Wait a minute, and you're going to get a certificate?
Oh, yes, you get an official citizen certificate, something that you can display proudly.
That's almost as good as being part of the Packers ownership.
One of the other things that we will be doing is that we do have customized merch that we will be selling at our gift shop, and all of the proceeds from that will be going to the Milwaukee Parks Foundation.
I love it.
Exactly.
What a great Milwaukee, Wisconsin tradition. Well, Allison, I know a lot of people out there are going to be interested in running for mayor of the Champaign of Beers region. And again, what's the deadline for that?
The deadline is August 23rd at midnight.
Get your campaign buttons out because you only got about a month left to run for mayor of the Champaign of Beers region here in Milwaukee. Allison Hanrahan, listen, will you come back when you have the mayor selected and tell us all about him?
Absolutely. We hope to see you there celebrating with us.
All right. Allison Hanrahan, Community Affairs Manager from Molson Coors. Thanks so much for being here with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Now, if you want to be mayor, all you have to do is text the word beer, 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 to our WTMJ Talk and Text line. And we're going to send you a link to apply for mayor of the Champaign of Beer region, and also how you can receive an official citizenship certificate. All you got to do right now is text the word beer to the Siding Unlimited WTMJ Talk and Text line. Again, that number is 855-616-1620. That's 855-616-1620. And we've got links both to apply for mayor of the Champaign of Beer region, and also if you want to become a citizen, you get an official citizenship certificate. So text that word right now, beer, to 855-616-1620, and we'll send you that link. It's 9:20 on WTMJ. Well, if you are thirsty now, I spoke a little bit ago with Ben Casso. He is from the Riley Construction Company, and they have something called the Good Stand Project. And they're selecting kids from the area who want to operate a lemonade stand that would be raising money for a cause. Well, what they did is they built the lemonade stands. They gave the kids tips on how to run the business, and they even shared a recipe for making lemonade. And Ben, who are the kids from the Milwaukee area selling lemonade for a great cause?
Elizabeth and Abigail are two 7-year-old sisters from Greenfield. They're raising money to support their brother, Dylan, who is diagnosed with cystic fibrosis at the age of just 10 days old. Two awesome sisters wanting to raise awareness for their brother. There are a ton of stories, but that one, it hit home. That's the one we picked for the Milwaukee area.
You're doing more than just building a lemonade stand. You're supporting them in a lot of different ways to make sure that this stand gets as much money for the foundation as possible.
Yeah, we're putting it on our own social channels. I'm advocating to family and friends, and I just sent a email and text out today to our field and to the subcontractor community that we work with, making a difference. 1 cup of lemonade or 5, doesn't matter how many.
Did you give them a recipe for lemonade?
We did. Yep, we gave them a recipe if they needed it, and I tasted what our marketing team put together, and it was delicious lemonade.
I know this is going to be a big weekend for Abigail and Elizabeth as they collect those funds for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. Can you tell us where that lemonade stand's going to be?
8140 South 81st Street, Franklin.
They're going to be out there selling Friday and Saturday?
Yep, Friday and Saturday, July 24th, 25th, from 8 to 4 p.m.
Well, I hope they get a lot of lemonade sold for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. You also have recipients of the Good Stand Project who were in other communities in Madison, Kenosha, and Waukegan.
We've got a 5-year-old, Caden Graham, in Pleasant Prairie. He's a kid in the community, and he found out that kids go to sleep at night without a bed. It bothered him. He wants to support Sleep in Heavenly Peace, where they are a nonprofit that builds beds for kids. Super sweet story there. In the Madison area, we've got a 9-year-old, Remy Freeman, who's faced some extraordinary life battling autism and Tourette's and ADHD, epilepsy, asthma, food allergies, airway disorders, and some genetic microdeletion. So he is going to raise money for the American Family Children's Hospital and for Meritor Child Adolescent Psychiatry Behavioral Health to help purchase art supplies and sensory materials for other children in hospitals. A kid who's been through so much and still wants to give back, and just an impressive story out in the Madison area too.
Ben Casso, thanks so much for joining us. And how many cups of lemonade do you think you're going to get on Friday and Saturday?
There better be in the hundreds. They better be ready for people to be out there. I've been pushing people. You don't stop by and get one glass, you get 5 glasses.
And how many are you going to get personally?
I just told my family we're heading out there, so I will be out there myself, and I've got a family of 6. I got 4 boys. I'm going to try to load up some teenagers in a Suburban and get out there myself.
I think they're going to be thirsty.
They are. They're going to be thirsty.
Hey, man, thanks so much for sharing this wonderful news about the Good Stand project. I appreciate talking with you.
Yep. Thanks, Libby.
71 degrees at 924.
Artwork, especially original artwork, can be pricey. But when you take it in on consignment from nice people like you who are just ready to change the look of their home, you can price it right. And you'll find a lot of it at Design Exchange. Beautiful frame pieces by a number of notable artists. And new ones pop in all the time. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating taste come to find premium home decor at a value. In Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Now these tend to fly off the shelves. But don't worry, because our connection supplies us with a lot of them. Vintage ceiling tiles from once great old buildings in New York City that make for ultra-unique artwork. These items are definitely hard to find from anywhere else around here. So come take a look, and you'll probably find a treasure. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating taste come to find premium home decor at a value. In Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Healthy joints, healthy lifestyle. Vince Vitrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Arthritis, injuries, wear and tear, common joint issues that keep you from doing what you love. At OAW, a visit to the doctor doesn't always mean surgery. Everyone is different. Surgeons, nurses, physical therapists work together to come up with a plan for you. Maybe it's PT, medication, injection, and if you do need surgery, like I did, you know you're in the best of hands. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference. Book an appointment online at orthowisconsin.com.
From the postgame to the morning show, there's no rest for baseball for Dominic Catronio, our Brewers 360 guest every Monday at 8:45 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Cooper Pratt and this team loves defense. Cooper Pratt's a big league shortstop right now. I mean, Cooper Pratt was a big league shortstop defensively last year. I mean, that's a big league shortstop.
Brewers 360 is sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited, Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Cannon and Dumphy, and Ridgetop Exteriors. The following is a paid presentation. Advice and opinions expressed during the Sunday Sip are solely that of the hosts or guests, and not WTMJ Radio or Good Karma Brands Milwaukee, LLC.
Welcome to this Sunday Sip full of good news. I am Sandy Max, and AARP Wisconsin is giving out nearly $200,000 in 2026 Community Challenge grants in 13 cities in our state. Half of those grants are going to projects in the Milwaukee area and southeastern Wisconsin. Joining me with the details and how these projects may improve your life, I welcome Amber Miller from AARP Wisconsin. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Tell us, what are AARP Community Challenge grants?
Yeah. So I always love to talk about AARP just because we do amazing things. But I think the one thing that people don't realize that we focus on is livable communities. So the AARP Livable Community Initiative started about 10 years ago, and it's really focusing on grass level, working with communities to make them livable for all ages. And so that's where these grants come in, where the Community Challenge grants really look at what are communities doing, what can they focus on, program or project-wise, that relates to it. So yeah, we're really excited to bring almost $200,000 back to the state of Wisconsin.
I think it's really key. We know AARP for 50 and older, but that these grants are targeted for all ages.
Correct. All ages, whether you're a baby, middle age, older than that, we want to make sure that these projects listen and connect with people of all ages in local communities.
Multi-generational. 4 of the grants are right here in Milwaukee. Tell us about those.
Yeah. What was great, too, is last week we got to present them each with a formal, large styrofoam check and take beautiful pictures.
The fun presentation.
The fun presentations, the fun work. And they were just so appreciative and and just excited about the project. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the Midtown Neighborhood Alliance.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a neighborhood association. They are receiving funding to open a community garden, and the community garden is going to be on a vacant parking lot.
What a
right
wonderful
now,
use of that space.
It's beautiful. When you think of community gardens, because they are in a food desert, so they can use it, of course, for access to fresh fruits and vegetables, but it also helps with social isolation and loneliness and getting your grandkids there, multi-generational. So that one is Midtown Neighborhood Alliance. And then the other one is the Jackson Park Community Association over by 43rd in Oklahoma. And they noticed that there's not enough seating. So people on Forest Home Drive are walking. There's not a lot of places to sit. So they are going to put some benches out for people to sit, take a break, maybe connect with other people.
Enjoy that green space.
Enjoy the green space. Take that breath. The next one is via CDC, which is Community Development Corporation. They're going to receive a grant to establish an accessible link between a park and a nearby commercial corridor. It's over on National, 27th and National, and the path that they're going to create is just really going to help for accessibility for people with all abilities, so walking and connecting. And then the last one for City of Milwaukee proper is Sherman Park Community Association, and they're going to be receiving funding to bring technology, so that's resources, education, and information to the 50-plus population. So, maybe you don't know how to use Word or Excel or some of the other programs. They're going to have in-person workshops that you can get that assistance and also one-on-one. So those are Milwaukee, city proper.
That is so meaningful to truly empower people, because the older you get, the shyer you get of going, well, I don't know how to do that technology, but to have that guidance, that is wonderful. That's going to make a big difference in the Sherman Park area.
Absolutely.
3 Milwaukee suburbs are also receiving grants. Tell us about those.
Correct. So one is the City of West Allis. So City of West Allis and also Village of Greendale. I'm going to kind of lump those together. Very similar. They have noticed that it's very hard for people to cross the street. And I think, living as myself in the city of Milwaukee, sometimes you're playing Frogger. You're trying to should I cross? Should I not cross? So they're going to actually receive funding to have flashing cross signals in some of their most populated parts of town. So West Allis will be over on 83rd and Beloit. Village of Greendale will be downtown. So this will ensure that people can cross the street safely, which is so important.
Oh, yeah, and have enough time to do that. And not, like you said, play Frogger, not try and jump and rush and just be intimidated.
Right.
And to your point, not even go somewhere because you don't want to deal with that hassle and danger. And then where else in the Milwaukee suburbs?
Yeah, so our last one is going to be awarded to Milwaukee Riverkeeper, and they're going to be doing a beautiful mural in Shorewood at Atwater Park. One thing I love about murals, it's a destination. It brings people together, and that really is the essence of livable community. It's seeing the grandparents with the grandkids and people of all ages. So they're going to be working locally with the Village of Shorewood to bring this beautiful artwork, and it's a very competitive grant, but I also think they have done an amazing job of really the essence of livable communities and AARP's mission.
And truly beautifying the community.
Beautifying the community.
And then let's not forget Racine Kenosha.
Yes.
What's going on there?
Yes, I'm a Racinian, born and raised, so I will never forget them. But 25, my hometown, the Racine Kenosha Community Action Agency will also be receiving a grant related to technology to help the 50-plus community, to empower them, to give them education and resources around technology.
And AARP is empowering people across the state. Where are the other grant winners in Wisconsin?
Oh gosh, we have so many. Appleton, Watoma, Two Rivers, Brilliant. The list actually can be found on aarp.org/community challenge for the full list, and that's also the ones nationwide. And that's also the same website that you can look into when the application opens again in January of 2027.
Thank you, Amber Miller, for all that you do. Keep up the great work at AARP, empowering people to live their best life and to choose how we live as we age.
Thank you, Sandy.
The other day I received a call from a customer who had these beautiful old tables that at one time were covered with glass tops. But one day a coffee mug dropped, and just like that, those beautiful tables went right into retirement. You know how it goes. Once a glass top of a set of tables breaks, they go into the basement or the garage and do a great job at collecting dust. The customer never knew who could help, but when she asked, I readily said, "Oh, we can replace that. In fact, there are a lot of things we can do with glass. We could even sandblast a beautiful custom design into your new glass tops." This is Stacy Sinks with Less's Glass Service, and glass and mirrors have been our business for over 35 years. So if it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Less's Glass. Less's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lessglassservice.com.
Hey, it's WTMJ Steve Scavidi here for QC Kinetics. We know joint pain is awful when you're the person who's fighting through it, but I'm betting you aren't the only ones affected by it. Maybe you love someone who struggles with joint pain. You see what they don't see, what they've slowly stopped doing. It's July, it's time to be outside, moving, playing, living, and you're sitting out. Let's talk about getting your life back at QC Kinetics here in the Milwaukee area with 2 locations, Greenfield and Mequon. That's what's happening every day. People were stuck in that cycle of pain in their hips, knees, shoulders, back. For me, it was my elbow. They are finally stepping out of it with regenerative treatments done right there in the office. So no surgery, no long recovery, or putting your life on hold. Just real relief. The inflammation eases, the pain lets go. We hear it all the time, not just from patients, but from the people around them. He's back. She's herself again. So if this sounds like you or someone you love, go find out what's possible. QC Kinetics offers a free consultation to see if you're a good candidate. QC Kinetics, call 414-667-5559. That's 414-667-5559. Change your life. Call QC Kinetics.
And it's 9:34, and we have Nazir Spencer in the WTMJ Breaking News Center. More about some of the Milwaukee police involved in that. Is it the Flock?
Yeah, Flock camera system.
Flock camera system.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Tell us the story.
Yeah, thanks, Libby. Another Milwaukee police officer accused of misusing the department's Flock camera system has made his first appearance in court. A court commissioner issued a $1,000 signature bond Friday for Detective Tarangi Chapman. Chapman faces a felony charge of misconduct in public office and a misdemeanor charge for the alleged misuse of a GPS tracking device. Prosecutors say he conducted 20 unauthorized license plate searches and illegally used a GPS tracking device to monitor 2 people. The case surfaced during the investigation into former officer Josue Ayalo, who was recently sentenced for misusing the same system. Chapman remains on paid suspension. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic. Roads looking pretty good this morning. No major issues to report.
Traffic is sponsored by Angela Calais and Benefit Realty.
At Benefit Realty, pay only 3.5 to 3.9% real estate commission and get all the service that you should. Benefit Realty, you pay less for full service. Benefit-realty.com.
Here's your WTMJ forecast today. Partly cloudy, smoky skies with a high of 80 degrees tonight. Areas of smoke and a low of 66 degrees. Monday, tomorrow, smoke starts to dissipate. Some storms are likely, though, with a high of 90 degrees. Right now in Milwaukee, it's 73 degrees. I'm Nazir Spencer, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 9:36.
Hey, Nazir, do you know what 24/7 day is?
No, I do not. 24/7 day.
24/7.
This is just like an all-around day. You stay up 24 hours a day?
No. It's a day in honor of first responders, and we're going to tell you all about it right after this.
A small business affirmation from Progressive. Food truck owners, today business will be booming. People will love your new menu and not make special orders. You will not roll your eyes when someone calls it a quesadilla. You will also switch to Progressive to get 30 customizable coverage options and restore your inner peace. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage is not available in all states or for all vehicles and covered selections.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Visit family-owned Ken Michaels Furniture and our in-store design centers where you'll still find beautiful, luxurious, heirloom-quality American-made furniture. Right now, save 30 to 35% store-wide and take advantage of our complimentary design services. Whether you're moving, renovating, or updating, our designers will help your vision become a reality. Visit Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield on Capitol Drive and in Greenfield on Highway 100 to save 30 to 35% store-wide today. Sleep better and save more with mattresses from Milwaukee Mattress and Ken Michaels Furniture. Handcrafted in our Milwaukee factory, our mattresses utilize natural materials like cotton cushioning, which dissipates body heat, Joma wool quilts for warm wintry nights and cool summer evenings, and natural latex providing superior conformability and pressure relief for aching joints. Stop in today at any Ken Michaels Furniture store and save up to 50% compared to national brands.
It's 9:38. Welcome back to Wisconsin Weekend Morning News. I'm Libby Collins. Have you heard about 24/7 Day? Well, get ready, because it's coming on Friday, July 24th. And joining us to talk about it is Kevin O'Connell. He's Executive Director of the NACS Foundation, and we'll tell you what that is in a minute, too. But Kevin, first, let's start with what exactly is 24/7 Day?
24/7 Day is held on July 24th of every year over the last 8 years, and this is a National First Responders Day, and this is the way of the convenience store industry making a moment of saying thank you and a token of appreciation to all the first responders in all of our communities.
Why are convenience stores so essential to first responders?
You know, if you think about it, we found this unique relationship between the 24/7 operations of our convenience stores and the 24/7 on-call of first responders. And we know that first responders are coming through our doors at all hours of the day, whether it's 2 p.m. in the afternoon between a shift or 2 a.m. leaving a shift, and they're coming through to grab that cup of coffee, grab that snack. But oftentimes they're using convenience stores when a local emergency or disaster happens. Convenience stores are the last to close, if at all, and first to reopen when something happens in a community.
Well, you know, especially on that overnight shift, I know that a lot of convenience store workers are appreciative of the fact that they've got those first responders just popping in and keeping an eye out and maybe grabbing a cup of coffee.
They sure are. And, you know, we also are finding that some of our convenience store employees, Libby, also are double dutying as a volunteer firefighter or EMS squad. And so there's just a lot of duality between the two professions.
We're talking with Kevin O'Connell. He is with the NACS Foundation. And Kevin, you've got a very special award. And I think we talked about this a couple months ago on the show. And you're about to announce the winners of that First Responder of the Year award. Tell us about it.
Again, tying into our special day, last year we decided let's stand up a nomination to find the best and most courageous first responder in the country. And last year we found 3 of them. This year we're doing the same thing. And we had over 600 nominations in 47 states. And boy, was it tough for our committee to narrow it down. But we've narrowed it down to our top 3. And our first place winner will be announced on 24/7 Day. And they will be winning free gas for a year, compliments of GSTV, along with a $500 Incom Payments gift card and a trip to our National Convenience Store Trade Show in Las Vegas this October.
I know, too, that on Friday, July 24th, first responders, and we're talking about EMTs, police officers, doctors, nurses, any 911 professionals, also Red Cross volunteers, are all going to be recognized with something special from these convenience store members. Tell us what that is.
They are. So specifically in the Wisconsin area, we have Quick Trip, which they're offering up free 20-ounce coffee or fountain drink on 24/7 Day. We also have Circle K participating as well with free drinks, free hot dog, free cookie. But the great thing, too, with Circle K is they're doing an entire roundup campaign the month of July to support American Red Cross, which is a big partner of ours for this day. So we're also recognizing American Red Cross volunteers as well. But, you know, the great thing about this event is local convenience stores can make it their own. We have some giving away free car washes, setting up barbecues for their first responders and their colleagues and their families, others doing live concerts. So this is really just a special day to stand out and say thank you.
Where around Wisconsin can first responders find out exactly which convenience stores are going to be honoring them on 24/7 Day?
Yes, so the 3 in Wisconsin are Quick Trip, our store, and Circle K, but we've plotted over 30,000 convenience stores on our map. So 247day.org/map. That's 247day.org/map. And you can search by your favorite convenience store, your brand, or by your zip code, and that'll plot where your closest convenience store is that's participating.
Well, Kevin, thank you for all that you do for first responders at the NACS Foundation. And have a happy 24/7 Day, Kevin.
Thank you so much for having us.
9:43 and 71 degrees.
Business owners
and right-hand men and women.
When you make the catering call for your office gathering,
make it Marty's Pizza.
For pizza, pasta, subs, wings, appetizers, and more.
Delivered in our heated oven delivery trucks.
Our catering delivery range has expanded
all the way east into Brookfield.
Just log on to martyspizza.net for easy online ordering.
Or give us a call at 262-646-3327. 262-646-3327.
Marty's Pizza. Do you remember when times were good? Well, they're good again. It's as good today as it was in the past. It doesn't get any better than that. Remember Marty's Pizza.
From large manufacturer to local pizza shop and every business in between, Summit Credit Union helps your vision take shape with loan programs, great rates, and strategic solutions. Whatever you're building, you've got this. And Summit Credit Union's got you.
You know that frustrating injury that just will not heal? Vince Vitrano for MD Hyperbaric. Your back, your ankle, your foot, your knee. Recovery after surgery. Doctor said give it time. Let it rest. But it's not getting better. MD Hyperbaric supports your body's natural healing process. I've done it myself. Treatments that reduce inflammation, speed recovery, and get you back to living life. No pills, no injections. Discover the healing power of oxygen under pressure. MDHyperbaric.com.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting WTMJ.com/contests. That's WTMJ.com/contests.
Ken David Mazur spent nearly a decade as musical director of the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra and Chorus. He told me about an experience when his parents' lives were in grave danger, and that all happened before the fall of the Berlin Wall. You were living in East Germany at the time of the Berlin Wall.
Yeah. We watched in 88 and especially 89, in fact. In Leipzig, that's where really the epicenter was for the movement. People would get courage to speak up, or songwriters busking outside would start writing songs against the regime. And then different people would slowly speak up more. My father got involved when he received letters from imprisoned musicians. My father felt that he couldn't be silent about this, and he needed to use the megaphone, if you will, that he had through his position at the Gewandhaus to bring attention to some of this. So in 89, as a young chorister, we had still, it's the same rehearsal space. The rehearsal room is on top of the Gewandhaus, and you can overlook the big plaza. And we would witness every week during our rehearsals that more and more people would gather for the Monday demonstrations. And of course, then in October of 89, there was order given from Berlin, from the government, to shoot down protesters. The very few people that knew about this order gathered, including my father, and because they were concerned for the safety of the people, they wrote down a request to all of the protesters on the street to please not be violent, to please. That was played over the loudspeakers as hundreds of thousands of people were gathering that evening. If one person had started throwing a stone or something, or a police got nervous and pulled a trigger, it would have basically been the second Tiananmen Square, and fortunately that didn't happen. We had a housekeeper who, the night of that Monday demonstration, was given instructions if they got killed, where to bring me to safety,
Did you know that
relatives.
at the time?
No, I didn't know that at the time.
What a harrowing experience. And Ken David Mazur has so much more. It's such a fascinating conversation. I really hope you listen to it. He's conducted orchestras throughout the world, yet he spent 7 years as music director of the MSO. And he's going to talk about more of his experiences growing up in East Germany, how he ended up in Milwaukee, and also what the future holds for him. And it's all happening this morning at 11 a.m. on WTMJ Conversations. You don't want to miss this one. It's 9:48.
It's here on consignment from over 10,000 nationwide partners. From very high-end, distinctive furniture, unique antiques and original art, to tasteful home decor that can fit almost any budget. premium home decor priced right at 25 to 40% off retail prices. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating taste come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Smart interior designers know that what they'll see here is going to be almost impossible to find anywhere else, especially at our consignment prices. Premium home decor that's gently loved and close to new. And what we carry can raise the wow factor of anyone's home decor. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating taste come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
We are back under an air quality alert, and that's going to be in effect until noon tomorrow. Today it's going to be partly cloudy. We've got those smoky skies. If you have any health conditions, you might want to stay in. It's about 80 for a high. Then tonight, more areas of smoke, 66 for a low. The good news is the smoke starts to dissipate, but then storms are likely. Our temperature tomorrow is going to be 90 degrees, and we're keeping an eye on some severe storms that may occur around the late afternoon into evening. 71 degrees is your temperature right now in WTMJ.
This summer, escape to Lakelon Resort, where lake life meets resort luxury. Nestled along the shores of beautiful Delavan Lake, Lakelon is the perfect destination for a weekend getaway, family vacation, or even a few days to simply unplug and recharge. Enjoy boating and water sports, lakeside golf at Majestic Oaks, relaxing spa treatments, exceptional dining, and breathtaking sunsets along 2 miles of shoreline. Whether you're looking for adventure on the water or a quiet lakeside retreat, the perfect Wisconsin summer is waiting at Lakelon Resort. Visit lakelonresort.com to book your stay today.
Slide into your neighborhood Century Food Store to score the freshest produce, tastiest treats, and everything in between. Now through Wednesday, save on 16-ounce selected varieties, essential everyday pasta, 88 cents. 8-ounce selected varieties, essential everyday brick cream cheese, 2 for $3. Red or green seedless grapes, $2.49 a pound. Pork baby back ribs, $2.99 a pound.
It's a long fly ball.
What?
Safe.
Every time I scan, what is happening?
A leaping grab at the wall.
Okay, fine, I'll play. Get a load of this watermelon. And here's the pitch.
Please wait for assistance.
Win Century Foods Ultimate Fan Experiences at Milwaukee baseball games. Throw out the first pitch, hold the ribbon for the Johnsonville famous sausage race, or watch batting practice from the field.
Ooh, what do I do?
Complete the entry form in Century's weekly ad and return to the store.
Oh, no, what happened here?
Oh, self-checkout couldn't handle my heater. Here, I filled out my entry form. Gotta go. Have a great day.
I'll go get the mop.
Enter by August 5th.
Get inside the mind of Mark Tauscher.
I'm torn on this because I don't know if I want to see another quarterback wearing number 4 or number 12 or number 15.
See the world from his perspective.
I think you'd ever have to get to where it'd be like pi, 3.14 or anything like that.
On Wisconsin's Morning News, every day at 7:50.
That's like back in the old days when I would walk on at Wisconsin, you got the issue gear and it was number 140. Kind of let you know where you're at.
Mark Tauscher, presented by Hello Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. The following is a paid presentation. Advice and opinions expressed during the Sunday Sip are solely that of the hosts or guests, and not WTMJ Radio or Good Karma Brands Milwaukee, LLC.
Welcome to this Sunday Sip. I am Sandy Max, and I'm excited to share what is truly special and fun about Three Pillars Senior Living Communities. We're talking about a new kind of active adult living in Lake Country. One with walking trails, a supper club, a pub, a game room, pickleball, a kayak launch. It's even golf cart friendly on the campus. And Rachel Wiesner from Three Pillars is here to tell us about the fields at Three Pillars. And Rachel, first of all, you have a great job title. You're Executive Director of Hospitality. That sounds fun.
It is fun. It's such a fun role. And yes, when I describe my role as I'm the Executive Director of Hospitality, I'm nice. We have fun. This is it's the best position ever.
Hostess with the mostest. What does hospitality mean at Three Pillars?
Hospitality means meeting people where they're at and making sure we nourish and nurture them in any way we can.
What's an example? That sounds wonderful.
What is an example? Oh my gosh. So the thing I'm most passionate about is food and beverage, right? Getting together at the joining people at the table, bringing people in and being able to host, right? That part of wellness and the experience to invite people into this exciting project that we've been working on for a number of years, that's hospitality to me. It's taking care of people.
You're the hostess with the mostest with food and beverage, but tell us what the Fields at Three Pillars, what it is, and are there any units left?
Well, let's start with a fun fact that we are, and I'm proud to say, completely sold out.
Wow.
110 living opportunities have been sold. There's a few dozen loft apartments in each one of the east and west lofts. Those are all sold out. And I'm excited to also say that we are currently moving in the fourth zone to the Fields. So we can get on the waiting list. There's still opportunity, for folks to move and things like that and change minds and have life things happen, but we are sold out. The Fields really is a unique element to senior living, not only in southeastern Wisconsin, but really in our region. The opportunity to have residents thrive, whether it be at the pickleball courts or joining folks for a jewelry making lesson or painting or pottery at the Creator Studio, we really have provided a backdrop for folks to thrive.
And that's anywhere on campus. You don't just have to live at the Fields to take part in all of these fun activities.
That is 100% true. I'm so excited to open up the Fields because it really, like you said, I mean, it is accessible to staff members, to residents, to families and friends. It's going to be great.
I was lucky enough to be at the groundbreaking and then the ribbon cutting last year. And there are garden homes, courtyard homes, loft apartments. It's not really what you think of when you think about a senior living community, but Three Pillars really is special. And how would you describe the Fields and the lifestyle that you're creating there?
What I really enjoy is the fact that residents will, shoot me an email or give me a call and say, hey, you know what? I really want to be a part of the library or the Creator Studio. And their involvement and feedback and that collaboration with residents that have chosen to live in our community but thrive. I've got some folks who were teachers their entire lives. I've got an artist. We've got folks who are literature buffs. So that kind of resident, that kind of interest is just going to bring color to all of the amenities that we have. And we couldn't do it without the residents and their expertise, their interest. And somebody can be new to pottery, right? That's the great thing is life is just getting started at Three Pillars. So if you've never, sat at a potter's wheel before, guess what? You're going to be able to now. So that's a fun opportunity.
Or play bags. And I know the tournament.
Or play bags.
Learn
pickleball.
I love meeting the residents there. Everyone's so neighborly and conversation is so easy. And it's not just creativity, but like you said, it's all sorts of social activities. But paint the picture, Rachel. If someone wakes up at the Fields on a beautiful lake country morning, what could their day look like?
For me, if I was a resident at the Fields, my day would start at sunrise and I would head down to the carriage house. What I would get at the carriage house is probably a vanilla latte and potentially a Greeby's cruller, right? I'm going to start my day with a little bit of breakfast, sit outside and maybe watch folks play pickleball or kayak down the Bark River. For lunch, I'll probably go and meet some friends, maybe across the way at Village on the Square. And in the afternoon, I may take a yoga class at the Well Fitness and maybe take a kayak ride, who knows? And then supper will most definitely begin with a cocktail at the 1905 pub and probably a seafood entree at the Edgerton Club. Maybe a little bit of gardening thrown in there too.
What has been one of the most surprising reactions from one of the residents to the amenities?
That there are so many.
Yeah.
That we have rounded out the opportunity, not only to bring, a lifetime worth of experience and passion, but for folks, like I mentioned earlier, for folks to be introduced to something new. That's what surprises folks is that, oh my gosh, you really did build it. Yes, we did.
And it's stimulating. And there's also, didn't even mention the dog park and a rooftop terrace.
Right. Exactly. That Starlight Terrace is just other than the water tower, it's the highest view of Dousman, and it's breathtaking.
Aw, how can listeners learn more, Rachel? Schedule a visit, get on the waiting list?
Yeah, just by calling our sales department. And we've got a very robust and qualified group of folks who call this place home. And our sales department can be reached at 414-965-7022. And yes, please express interest. We can always add your name to the waiting list. It's just a fun place to work and especially live.
Rachel, thank you so much for truly enlightening us about what is special at Three Pillars and the fields at Three Pillars. And if you are 55 plus or you have somebody in your family thinking about that next chapter, add the fields at Three Pillars to your list to browse today, especially if the dream is less maintenance, more connection, and a beautiful Lake Country campus to call home. 3pillars.org is the website. And Rachel, what's that number again?
It is 414-965-7022.
Thanks so much. Have a great day at Three Pillars.
Thank you.
I'm Libby Collins. Thanks for joining us this morning. Right after the news, it's Graffiti with WTMJ Outdoors, and I'll be back at 11 with my conversation with Ken David Masur. You don't want to miss it.
So I was talking with another real estate agent who